until you make the unconscious conscious. It will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Hello everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood lion. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I think this is going to be another series into my philosophy of the mind, but this might be a sub-series. I might call it just Thoughts of a Lion. So throughout the years, I used the Note app on my phone. We all have that Notes app on our phone, you know what I mean? If you have an iPhone, I don't know about Androids. If you have it, I'm sure you do. It's just a Notes app. It's just a blank piece of paper, of yellow paper, where you can put your thoughts, where you can just put random quotes or ideas or a to-do list. You can put whatever you want on these notes. And I have done that. I've put all these different things there, but there's one particular thing that I did make. It was called video ideas. And I have about, well, I'm not going to tell you how many I have here. I have a good amount of things here that they could all be their own video. Each one of these ideas could be their own video. But I'm just going to run through a couple of them right here and just give you guys my thoughts. Some things that happened in my mind throughout the past couple years. Now, these all took place throughout college, so I guess through the years of 2010 through 2014 is when these thoughts all occurred, and these are all in random order, so I'm not sure exactly which ones came first. But one thing I wanted to say is, here, I'll go ahead and start. One thing I wanted to tell you guys is order into chaos, of the order and chaos of YouTube itself. If you guys remember back in the day, okay, YouTube was founded in like 2006, as I understand. The comments, if you go back and, you know, read comments from back then, the comments on most videos were very, very mean. They were just not very nice. People were not nice to each other. I'm not saying that it was all bad back then. I'm just saying it was more prevalent, it seemed, to me. These are all thoughts of me, right? Thoughts of a lion. It seemed that it was more chaotic. Like, YouTube came out and people were like, wow, I can comment on things. I can show people my thoughts and hide behind a computer and I can't get in trouble for it. So people went nuts, giving people their opinions and their thoughts and their own ideas. And it started out very crude, very, very, like simple, you know what I mean? And people would just be mean, you know, trolls, whatever you want to call them. But it seems to me, personally, over the past couple of years, the comments have become more respectful as a whole, in the majority. Now, I'm not here to say, oh my God, YouTube's so good, there's no people that are mean anymore, everybody's so nice. No, that's not true. Of course, there's people that are still mean. There's probably going to be people that comment on this video just because I brought this up, and they're going to say mean things. And that's okay. But if you look at it as a whole, especially if you're around my age, in your mid-20s, you look at how YouTube used to be as compared to what it is now, and the average video that you click on that you watch, people, if they dislike a video, it's for good reason. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a thumbs down on videos, or if a video has more thumbs down than it does thumbs up, it's normally for a good reason. It's justified, in my opinion, most of the time. I'm not going to name certain channels because I don't want to, you know, just narrow it down to specific people. But a lot of the channels that I watch, especially some of the fitness channels, some of the most popular fitness channels out there, maybe even some, you know, there's some fitness channels out there that the video, they'll put out one video one day and it'll have thousands and thousands of thumbs up. Everybody loves it. But the very next video might be something different. It might be something a little different. It might have some different content in it. And you'll see the fans will go from loving to absolutely giving a bunch of thumbs down because of whatever the content was in the video. People will give you the respect that you deserve, it seems, more so now. And I'll talk about my hair for a second. Like, as I was growing it out, even the past couple of years, the hatred, people hate guys that have long hair for whatever reason. We always get, you know, made fun of for one reason or another. But it seems now, and of course this might just be confirmation bias for those psychology buffs out there. This might just be confirmation bias is the term that I'm speaking about right now. This might just be because I'm looking for it, but I'm noticing that it seems like more people, more men, more males are growing their hair out now, and more people are respectful about how they want to present themselves, whether you want long hair, short hair, different color hair, you want to dye your hair, you want to have earrings, tattoos. it seems that we're starting to realize that these aren't really defining characteristics of a person, because what defines you is how you behave and how you think and how you treat other people. It's not how you dress. It's not what color your hair is or how long your hair is or if you have earrings or a tattoo. That doesn't define you as a person. And it seems like YouTube is growing up. It seems like YouTube as a whole, the internet as a whole, the human race. This is an extension. I'm trying to show you guys the bigger picture here. Is the extension is that the human race almost is maturing. I can even speak on when I was a substitute teaching out in California. The children, they're just so open-minded. They're so ready to listen and try to understand someone else's point of view. Whereas adults, it seems like when we get older, we get more set in our ways, and we get like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. We all know that term, right? You can't teach an old dog new tricks because they get so set in their ways and their behaviors and the way they interact with people that they don't want to change. They don't want to look at it from your point of view. They don't want to see the world from your eyes or your perspective. They don't want to understand why you have long hair. They just see it and they don't like it, so they try to make you conform to their perspective and to their set of behaviors. And I don't believe that's right. I believe that every single person has a right, a privilege, and an obligation to express themselves to the fullest of their capability, to the fullest of their mind and their heart, as long as you are not harming or interfering with another human being or another life. Okay? So you can't just, see a Lamborghini on the road and just take it because you love it, right? Because you're expressing yourself. No, you are then infringing on another human. But if you want to grow your hair out, that doesn't harm anybody. That does nothing to anybody, so go for it. Let me know. Please comment down below, guys. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. If you think that if you think human race is going downhill, or if you think that we're evolving. And I truly believe that we're evolving. We have and it's interesting. Actually, no, this is true because psychology and the research that we've done, we know that without a doubt there are more geniuses, there are more people with an IQ above 130 on this earth right now than there ever have been, ever. However, at the same time, that's an outlier on this side of the spectrum, right? On the genius side of the spectrum. We also have more people that are, not very smart on the other side of the spectrum. So if you want to focus on that, then you can. But I believe that we're moving as a whole. The average IQ is going up. The average IQ of a human being is on the rise. People are becoming more intelligent. It's just a matter of fact. It's just how it is. And I'm seeing it reflected in YouTube and in the comments and in the way people treat one another. It's great. It really is great. So let me know if you guys agree with that. Okay. I want to go. Okay, so that's just one of my little thoughts. Here I am, 8 minutes into it, with one of my little thoughts. And that's nothing. That's nothing compared to what I got in store for you guys with my ideas. Okay, so here's one. This is where you're either gonna love what I'm about to say, or I'm just totally gonna lose you guys. So this is an idea that I had. I want to say this was back at Virginia Tech. Galactical shedding is the term that I came up with for this thought. Galactical shedding, like galaxies, but shedding, kind of like a shell, like your skin falls off, you shed your skin, you get new skin. Here's my thought pattern. Any event that takes place on Earth sheds its atoms, its wavelengths, the elements, the amplitudes, all together in what I call a layer of time, right? Like you have different layers on a cake, a layer of time. And as the universe ages, these layers grow deeper and deeper into space. Hence, we have time, okay? Side note, time is just a product of space, because in order to get from one point to another point, it takes time. Get it? Time is literally a product of space. So, astronomy looks at light from distant stars to tell time. That's how we know how old the universe is, by the way. What is it, 14.7 billion years? Man, I used to know all these facts left and right. I'm not just exactly sure. Something like that. The universe is pretty old. And I think the Earth is like 4.3 billion years, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. So, if we are just made up of light, aka energy, then when we die, and time will no longer be relative, because we will be able to travel at light speed, going into the past or future, as long as we're able to control ourselves consciously. So think about that, because we know of time dilation, the closer you get to the speed of light, time slows down for you. So imagine if you've ever seen Interstellar. They kind of dip into this a little bit, but I'm mixing up theories here. I definitely am, with the fifth dimension, where he's standing in his bedroom and he's talking to his daughter from Interstellar. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's watching like his whole life kind of go before him, but time really isn't elapsing for him, even though it's elapsing in his room. So if we're moving at the speed of light, if that's what we're made of, if our essence is light, if we're just the electromagnetic spectrum, that's just what we are, our essence, then once we leave our bodies, time will no longer be a thing. We will be experiencing everything that the universe has to offer all at once. If that makes any sense. I know it's hard to understand. And I wish I had more accurate and more concrete terms to give you guys. But like I said, these are just thoughts of a lion. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so here's another one. Genetics and evolution. So this is pretty crazy. Talking about the human body here. How can one experience affect the neuronal connection so dramatically in your brain, the connection between your neurons? Let's compare the brain to the rest of the body here for a second. Let's say you get a cut on your arm or something, right? It takes days or weeks to grow scar tissue to heal it. You know what I'm saying? Another example, let's say you eat a new food or any type of food. It takes many encounters with that food. You have to consume it many times for your liver, for your body to produce the right amount of enzymes, the certain enzymes that will digest that particular food. This takes time, a lot of time. Because if you eat a certain food that your body's not used to, you'll get an upset stomach. It won't sit well with you. It'll make you sick. Do you see what I'm saying? But it won't make other people sick because they have the enzymes. They've developed those enzymes and that kind of body chemistry to digest that food over time. It's taken them days, weeks, months, years. Who knows how long they've been eating that particular food. You see what I'm saying? So it affects you differently. Now, let's compare this for a second to the brain. The brain adapts within microseconds to strong external stimuli. But these effects can last forever, if only the stimulus is strong enough. A couple examples would be like your first kiss, if you kiss a girl or a boy, depending on if you are a girl or boy, your first kiss with your boyfriend or girlfriend, driving your first car, getting your first, if you got a speeding ticket, these events that happen in your life, they are so dramatic, but they can take place within such a small period of time, like a kiss. It's just a 1 second thing, but the brain changes so dramatically, so quickly, which is far exceeds the rest of the body. Do you see what I'm saying? The brain makes the rest of the body look like nothing. I even said it. Imagine if we could heal like as fast as a Wolverine, from X-Men. He gets a cut and the skin just heals instantly. That's kind of how your brain is. It doesn't heal, but it changes. The neurons, it's called neuroplasticity. Let's say there's two neurons that are connected like this. Their synapses are like this. They don't actually touch. Don't ever think that these neurons are touching, because they don't. They're very, very close together like this. We can just call one of these will be an axon terminal, the end of a neuron, and this will be a dendrite, the beginning of another neuron, like a branch, like a tree branch is what you can think of it. And they sit like this. Well, let's say something dramatic happens. This connection can break instantly, and it can change and go somewhere else, and it can connect to another neuron nearby. I think one neuron can have up to like 5,000 or 10,000 connections of other neurons. Okay, so it can change and move. These can all go in different places very quickly, very, very quickly, which makes the body look like nothing. It makes the body look like nothing. So I'm just trying to give you guys an example of how beautiful the brain is and how amazing the brain is. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Now, it's not like these neurons are crawling all over the place and they're like spiders or something like that. No, the body of it kind of stays the same, but its branches kind of change. I guess a good way, I'm actually thinking about it now, a good way to describe it would be branches waving in the wind. If you have a tree, you have a tree trunk, and then the branches are there, and the wind goes by, the branches wave in the wind, and they can move and kind of hit each other and connect to other branches, stuff like that. That's how the brain operates when things that are very dramatic happen to us. Now, this can take place on the opposite end of the spectrum. This can take a very long time, like forming a habit of doing something, like learning how to drive stick shift. That's a perfect example. Your somatosensory cortex, the motor cortex and the and the sensory cortex have to link up. It takes weeks, months, years, to learn how to get the muscle movements to go from first gear to second gear, to time that with the clutch on your left foot, to time the pressing in, the depression of the clutch and the release of the clutch, and at what RPM you should do it. All of these neural circuits take years, months and years to form. So the brain can work on both ends of the spectrum. It can make changes happen very, very quickly, and it can also make changes happen over a long period of time. I kind of wish that our body was the same way, I wish I fell down, I hurt my leg, ow, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm back, and it's healed. How cool would that be, you know what I mean? Maybe one day. Oh man, are you kidding me? 15 minutes, 16 minutes in. This is why I know I gotta be a professor, you guys, because I know I can just talk and ramble on for hours at a time, and it'll make time seem like it goes by like nothing. Because I love learning, man. I love talking and discussing. I gotta get a webcam. I gotta get something so I can live stream with you guys. So this can be a one-on-one thing where it's on the fly, where it's live, where you can see my reactions right away, and I can see your reactions, and you guys can, ask questions, and we can talk and have discussions. I gotta get that going. Well, guys, so this is, like I said, this is like a new sub-series, if you want to call it that, on the philosophy of the mind. This is just kind of like a vlog or diary, whatever you want to call it, of thoughts of a lion. Thoughts that I have. I have many, many more of these. Let me know if you like it. Comment down below. Please keep asking some questions, so I'll do some more Q&As for you guys. And let's keep the discussion going. Let's keep this knowledge flowing. Let's keep everything moving, okay? Never be stagnant. Never be stagnated. Never be still. Let's always be learning. Always be adapting. Always changing. Always evolving. Okay, guys? And girls, it's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it, guys. So, until the next video, let me know what you guys want to see. Type it down below. This is your friend, the Lion. Take care. Peace.